What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode with my pal Alex and Feisty Pants.
Marshall Clark asked who was my best friend. Anthony also asked who was my best friend. I think my little Feisty Pants over there is my best friend right there, right, my boy?
What up?
Who makes ice cream for you?
You.
Mr. Daddy right here. That's right. Because we go way back to the start of his life. That's where I was. Anthony also wanted to know what was my favorite color or my favorite food. Blue or red? Probably red. Red in a car. You know, red on a lot of things. Blue on a couple of things. Favorite food is pasta. Right? What's your favorite food, my boy? Pasta?
Sausage.
Sausage with his pasta. Favorite current diva that isn't Paige? Renee Young. I don't know if you count Renee Young because she doesn't wrestle, but Alexa Bliss. I've had my eye on her for a year or more. My favorite birthday or Christmas gift? No lie. Okay, there's a story to this. It was a favorite Christmas gift. I dated this girl. I will not name her name, but she knows who she is. And for those who are watching and know what I'm talking about... Hello? I don't know what that was. It's the stalker. Now, the stalker had good intentions, and she was always kind-hearted. Let's say that. Her message from A to B, point A to point B, wasn't always clear, but it started out with good intentions. She got me Andy Van Slyke cards for Christmas one year. I could not believe it. I was like, oh, this is the best. She was so excited. She was excited. She saw that I was excited. It was a good time. Darion and Carmelo Watson want to know what was my favorite Q&A. I think this one, because all the Q&As that I've done so far lead up to this one, and this has got to be the best one so far. TJ Detweiler wants to know, have I ever met any famous baseball players? Aside from Andy Van Slyke, no. I would say I might have met some Phillies players that made it to the main roster while they were playing at the Blue Claws level. The Lakewood Blue Claws is their A ball, like their single A team. I know Ryan Howard was there for a short while. I saw him on field. Didn't actually get to meet him. But a number of other guys that, you know, may not have panned out. Maybe they stopped at the AAA level. But we go to Blue Claws games like all the time. Ever thought of shaving Eva Marie's head? Hey, if it works. Darren Bartlett wants to know, where do you work this week? Where should I work this week? The Dorito Factory. I'm crutching out Frito-Lay. Jay Potter had some questions, and a lot of you guys, I had this other guy, he chimes in on Instagram, and he's like, I'm your biggest fan, I'm Grimm's biggest fan, and your biggest fan, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And he's texting me at like 7 o'clock in the morning, you know? And I'm like, why is this kid not in school? So he's like, oh, I'm just waiting for the bus. You know, he comes out. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Feisty Pants just got on the bus. And he's like, who, Grimm? I'm like, no, Feisty Pants, my son. How are you not my biggest fan and you don't know who Feisty Pants is? OMG. Tell him, Mr. Pants.
OMG!
Oh my effing G. We can't say that, children. So Jay had asked who was Feisty Pants. Feisty Pants is the wee lad in the corner playing Minecraft. Jay also wants to know if we watch Ghost Hunters. We actually do on Saturday nights. Feisty Pants and we watch some Ghost Hunters. Right? That's like one of your favorite shows, isn't it?
Ghost Adventures.
Ghost Adventures is your favorite show.
Yeah.
What's Ghost Hunters? It's similar.
Well...
They're both after ghosts. I know the one you're talking about, but Ghost Adventures is the one that me and Feisty Pants watch. My bad. SPR Gaming wants to know, what do I use to make my thumbnails? Believe it or not, I Google images of what I'm looking for. So say I'm looking for, I don't know, for this thumbnail, I'm looking for the number 100. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Google number 100 images, and I search, and I see what comes up, and I like it, and I use some Photoshop and paint it up, and it's all nice, and bam, it's done. It's a thumbnail. Diva Pops wants to know, am I a dad? Go back a little bit, figure it out. David Griffin! David Griffin chimes in on Q&A 100. He wants to know my thoughts on current commentary team on MLB The Show, Steve Lyons, Eric Karros, and Mart. Yeah, I used to watch these guys play. I love them. I can't get enough of them. I think it's great. I like players talking about players. I can't stand it when you get like some famous dude and he's like, oh, and welcome to the game, and blah, 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 is playing first base, and let me look at his career. Oh, look, he just hit a home run in the last game. You don't know that. You're reading off a cue card. Give me some people who know what they're talking about when it comes to baseball. Baseball! Baseball! Damn it! It doesn't work. Let me try this one. That one worked. Here you go, buddy. Oh, we almost killed Feisty Pants. You almost lost an eye. But no, I do. Dave, to answer your question, I think they're a great team. Thoughts on the infamous disco demolition night at Old Comiskey Park? The people in charge at Comiskey Park thought it was a good idea to let the fans onto the field to destroy records. Turned into bedlam. Bad idea. My thoughts on the infamous WWE plane ride from hell in 2002. Okay, this is what happened. You let a bunch of WWE guys on a plane to their next event, and liquor is involved. Not a good idea. Everybody got drunk and rowdy and HR unfriendly. People got fired. Oh, that was all for David Griffin. Oh, all right. Maybe you were just kidding. Did you have more? No, you did have more. Favorite midnight snack? Favorite cold drink? Right here? Pepsi? A cold drink at midnight. That's what I'm talking about. Thoughts on David Ortiz retiring this season? Yeah, it's time. He's had a great career. Hats off to you, David. Most extreme thing you've done in life? This right here at midnight. Thoughts on Eric Young joining the WWE fighting, will he be fighting or teaming up with Dean Ambrose? I don't know who Eric Young is. Welcome aboard. 56 Classic Rock Ambassador. Have you ever been to any live concerts other than wrestling? I totally have. My very first concert, I was about 14, was at the PNC Art Center. It used to be known as the Garden State Art Center, and Tesla opened up for Poison. Yes, 80s hair bands. Been to a bunch of other concerts. I've seen Metallica twice. Almost went to see Billy Joel and Elton John play piano to piano. Almost, but I was dating this other girl who was a liar and a cheater. And she's like, well, do you still want to go see Elton John and Billy Joel? No, you dirty bitch! I don't want to go with you. Ha! So I missed out on that. I should have just went and sat somewhere else or something. If I could marry one diva, might be Trish. What else? I thought Bloodshots54 wants to know if I could collect anything besides baseball cards. What would I collect? Well, here's the thing. I don't actually collect baseball cards. I've had a collection of Andy Van Slyke that I've been trying to get rid of for the last couple of years. Anybody knows a good buyer? It is for sale. Happened to do a TV show about it. Well, I thought they were bringing me a buyer, but instead they brought me Andy Van Slyke. Now, I'm not complaining. It was pretty cool to hang out and throw the ball with Andy Van Slyke all day, and we had lunch and stuff like that, and then he had to catch a flight back home. But I thought they were bringing a buyer. Me and my brother, we were guessing it's either going to be Andy Van Slyke or they're bringing a buyer for the cards. Because they kept asking, like, well, what do you think the collection's worth? And I'm like, oh, they're bringing a buyer. No. If I could collect anything besides baseball cards, I would go back to buying Transformers, like the nice masterpiece ones that Grimm gets and he puts up on the shelf and nobody touches them all or anything. I would totally go all out and buy like every Transformer known to man. I used to have a very well-established Transformers collection until I had sold all my action figures like 100 years ago. About 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago, I had closets filled with totes. I had stuff on the wall, I had stuff on the shelf, stuff in plastic things hanging up, and they, you know, stuff was autographed, stuff was hanging, stuff was out of the package, stuff was in the package, and then I sold it all. I was like, all right, well, this is not going anywhere, and I need to, you know, I can make some money. So it was either like, you know, crap ton of action figures or money, and I'm like, show me the money!